Today we're looking at a pretty sweet upgrade for your truck. This is the Lomax aluminum hard trifold tonneau cover. What sets this one apart from most of the others on our website is it leaves enough room for our stake pockets to be uncovered, so this is a great candidate for a awesome tonneau cover ladder rack combo. It's going to keep all those sensitive items and tools and stuff on the inside of your bed nice and dry, but we're also going to have an extra 500 pounds to be able to put up on here with our ladder rack. So I think that's pretty cool. Trucks are meant to do stuff, and with this combo, you're going to be able to do a lot more stuff than some of your friends. And just so you know, this is the Adarac Ladder Rack. We have nice seals all the way around the whole entire tonneau cover. So when I take this out, you can see the first little section of weather stripping down on the bottom, but it's going to go all the way around. The cool thing about this is you don't really have to get up in the bed to make it fold back. All you have to do is come down low, and we only need one hand. So we can pull this string for this side and pull it down a little bit more for that side. Then you can fold it up. Look at that. That's just really cool. It's very, very close. So a lot of these other trifold type hard tonneau covers, they typically have the seals on the outside. This has the seal on the inside, which gives us that perfect amount of clearance that it's going to work with this ladder rack. So we're going to fold it back once. The second time, you don't have to undo any latches or anything. You just fold it back again, just like this. And we can drive like this. But what we want to do before we drive is, if you look down at the window over here, right at the bulkhead, there's going to be a little notch right here. And then this little string is going to go like this. So that is going to prevent it from kind of flapping around if you're going off-road or anything. But there's one more little thing that will kind of help with this type of movement. I don't think it's going to come undone, but if you take a closer look, you'll see that we do have some hooks right here. So that'll snap in. But even with these off, and it's one on both sides, so with this one off and this one off, it's still not going to come undone. It's just a last minute second precaution just to make sure that it's not going to come undone. But this little string right here will allow it to come up. But this isn't something that we're going to be able to fold up against the cab of our truck. That's just kind of an extra little latch to make sure it's going to be nice and secured. So we can drive with it like this. In the drive mode, from the very, very back of our bed to this part right here, it's about 25 inches, and we're not going to be able to change that at all. The only thing we can do at this point is maybe pull this and then pull it back, and then we can remove it. So if you really wanted to, you could do that. It's very, very easy to take on and off. So you could definitely do that if you really needed the bed its full length to put some stuff in. Our side rails is what our whole entire tonneau cover is going to sit on, and it only takes up about 2 inches from the inside lip of the rails on the bed of the truck. So that's not a whole lot. And whenever we're ready to cover our bed back up, just go ahead and fold it back like this. When it's down, it's pretty low profile. So from the rails of our truck to the top of our tonneau cover, it's only about a 1/2 inch, which isn't a whole lot. And notice how we don't have seals on the outside. So this is made of aluminum. At first when I was looking at it, I was like, wait, hold on a second, they left some open edges, but it's aluminum, it's not gonna rust away. But then on top, it's gonna have a matte black finish. I like the matte black. I don't like gloss, because whenever the sun's behind you, it hits and reflects and then it goes into your rear view. And I just don't like being blinded on the road. But then underneath, we're gonna have no powder coated finish underneath, but it's just a piece of aluminum. So the cool thing about this aluminum is, one, it's actually slightly bowed. You can't really tell, but if you really put like a flat board on here, you'll notice that it is kind of sloped. So all that water is gonna go out. So that's why we don't really have any drainage tubes with this tonneau cover. So that makes the install a little bit easier. But also, if you have a evenly distributed weight up on top of here, let's just say a couple pieces of plywood or something, If it's completely evenly distributed, we'll have about 400 pounds of capacity on the tonneau cover. This isn't one that you will really want to stand on. But, I mean, if you have the tailgate closed and you're just sitting on the edge, it's not really a big deal at all. So if you just want to kind of just hang out after a kayak ride or whatever kind of thing you're doing, this is also some place where you can kind of just sit and kind of congregate. It is kind of fun, especially like after like a golf round or a bike ride, you know, kind of just coming around, just have your glass of water, just chilling, talking to your friends. It is kind of a cool little hangout spot. Any tonneau cover can be broken into, but if you do have a locking tailgate, this is going to be one that's going to be a little bit more secure than some of the soft tonneau covers. So just keep that in mind. It is going to cover things up, so no one's going to know exactly what you got in there, so they're not going to know if they want to break in or not. So I think that's a good deterrent just in itself. I also think it kind of looks cool, but there is a very premium option set up over here, so let's go check that out. Come on. The Lomax is definitely more of the entry-level range when it comes to hard tonneau covers, but if you come over here, you can see the really cool setup. If you really want to go all out with your setup, the Retrax is pretty sweet. One, it has a lock on its own, so even if you don't have a locking tailgate, or you do, this one's going to come with a lock, and the cool thing about it is it goes all the way back. One thing that's bad about this one compared to the other one is we do have a little box. This canister is going to take up a little bit of the bed space, but that's not a big deal with me. I just like how it slides out. I think that's pretty cool. And it also is going to work with your ladder racks, but not the Adderac that we have with the Lomax. This one's only really going to work with the kitted Overhaul HD. But you're going to get the same amount of type of capacity. This one's going to have the same kind of capacity and going to give you a little bit more security as well. So if I were to go with one, I would definitely say the Retrax Xr is like top of the line, but there really isn't a whole lot of extra benefits for you to go that premium route. So if you just want to cover your stuff, the Lomax is going to do the job right. If you are one that likes the combo setup, entry level, you're going to want to go with the Lomax and the Adarac Ladder Rack. If you want to go all out, you go with the Retrax Xr with the Overhaul HD. But if you want something that's kind of in the middle, you can go with the Back Revolver That One with the Thule Track Rack Sr with the sliding rails. Those will give you a little bit more capacity, but it's still going to give you that hard tonneau cover security, but it's in between these two right here. So it would go like right here. And that's pretty much it for a look at the Lomax aluminum trifold hard tonneau cover.